What up guys, your boy Karthus, and today we're going over stealth. I'm going to go over tips, tricks, where you want to put your points, how you want to build, what armors you want, and why tools are so good to use while being a stealthy. On top of all that, if you paid attention to the title at all, you know that there are now two types of stealth player. If you want to figure out who you are, stay tuned to just a little bit later in the video and you'll find out. For now, let's just go ahead and dive right in. Alright guys, starting off, you want to max your Tonto out as fast as you can. Reason being, it allows you to kill a lot faster. Please put points into this over your Katana. It just makes sense. Your Katana is going to be strong regardless. Now, I'll show you what I'm talking about with overall speed. As you can see there, it is significantly faster to have this thing maxed out rather than no points in it at all. Now going over charms, Charm of Silence is my all-time favorite just because it reduces the enemy detection speed by 15%. That stacks with everything else that we're about to go over. If you don't have that, Charm of Hidden Sight is great. If you get in trouble, you just run away. They stop chasing you 40% faster. And if you don't have those, then you have Charm of Shadows, and it reduces the enemy detection speed by 10%, which you can stack for 30%. That's pretty strong. Now, going over the armor, the best armor in the game for stealth, in my opinion, is the Ghost Armor. You get that through doing the main story missions. Halfway through the game, you unlock this and you get to play with it right off the bat because you have a whole mission for it. Now, this reduces enemy detection speed by 40%, which is massive. And on top of that, kills have a 30% chance to terrify nearby enemy. And if they get terrified, you can just run up and one-shot them. Now, let's say you haven't played the game enough and you don't have this unlocked. You would unlock the Ronin attire, which I talked about before in one of my videos. This you get really early game, and it pretty much does the same thing. It reduces enemy detection speed by 20%, so a little less there, but while being crouched in tall grass, enemies are significantly slower to detect you. And you could bait enemies to tall grass all day and just blast them. Now, going over techniques, we'll go over ghost weapons first. Every one of these are viable. You're going to want every one of these eventually, but the best, in my opinion, are the smoke bomb and the chime. You don't have to go the firecracker. The firecracker will bait in a lot of people, so if you want to get a lot of people grouped up, fine, go the firecracker, but chime is good enough. You don't have to put another point into it if you don't want to. Smoke bomb's amazing. Please put one more point in this. It just makes it that much better. And if you're having a hard time healing, then one more point will satisfy you because you get health back every time you use it. Now, the other ones, not so much. You use these more situational, right? They're not as good for stealth. They kind of just give away your position. And then kunai, if you want to stay in stealth, just throw it at somebody, stagger them, and kill them. Now, going over everything here. First off, put 1 point into bow for concentration. Just allows you to slow down time so you get easy headshots. The bow's so strong in this, so please do that. You can max it out if you want, but you don't need to. This is more than enough because you're not going to be using the bow a lot. Assassination tree, max it out. This needs to be maxed out. This should be maxed out before anything. And then go into focus hearing, far hearing, put 1 point into this. This just makes it a lot easier to see what you have, like your whole field, because the distance of view is so much more, right? So you can plan a little bit better. If you want, you could put 2 more points into it. This just allows you to move faster while in this mode, which you don't need to. You should be toggling this off and on anyways. You shouldn't be staying in it, but if that's how you want to play, it's your game, you play like that. And then this, if you're still kind of novice at stealth, this allows you to see if you should or shouldn't attack a target at a certain time. So if they blink red, don't attack them. When they stop blinking red, then attack them. The reason being is because somebody else is looking at them and you don't want to get caught. Now, going over what I said earlier, there are 2 types of stealth players. We're going to go over that right now. Alright guys, starting off we have the Wolf. Fearless and aggressive. Stance mastery is high and his tool mastery is low. Stays in stealth about 50% of the time. These players love using only the katana and the Tonto. A wolf player's motto is rush and devour. Now, the wolf has an extremely aggro style of play. Wolf players don't back down or run from anyone. They actually rush in head on, not worrying about the consequences. Wolf players always deliver their first massive attack from stealth and doesn't worry about retreating back to the shadows. Wolf players have no problem with being caught out of stealth. because this style of play has a high sword skill along with a deep knowledge of stances. Wolf players focus on the biggest targets first, and boss kills are their specialty. Once the wolf player gets going, it's hard to stop them in open conflict. The wolf is not afraid of hand-to-hand contact. In fact, wolf players live for it. They are fearless when outnumbered. Wolf players are the master of the blade, making their enemies tremble at the sight of them. They use fear as one of the only tools to make killing their prey a lot easier. The wolf player is a high-profile killer and sometimes a little flashy, just to flex their overall battle prowess. Wolf players have a great knowledge of combat and enemies, constantly switching through stances with ease. Wolf players will move methodically when engaged in battle, taunting their enemies to come in close, so they can parry and sink their teeth in deeply. Now sometimes a wolf player will use defensive tools in an offensive manner, shown here with the smoke bomb. The wolf rarely lets anyone get away, but only focuses on the bigger targets. Always fear the lone wolf. Now, let's get into the next style. Okay guys, the second style is the Laughing Fox. These players are tricky and passive. They have a low stance mastery but make up for it with a high tool mastery. This player can use any item with ease. These players stay in stealth 100% of the time, and their favorite weapons are the bow, poison dart, and the tonto, and they will use them in that order. The motto of a fox player is patience is key. These players have an insane amount of resolve and map awareness that is unrivaled by the wolf. The battlefield is a playground for a fox player. Unlike the wolf, if a fox player ever gets caught, they will use a smoke bomb to retreat and set up again. These players have a great understanding of all of their tools. They too go after bosses, but they will take a different approach to it, using hallucination darts to turn their enemies against each other and watch as the Mongols decimate their allies. Fox players live for chaos on the battlefield. They are masters of manipulation and terror. A fox will calmly wait for its enemies to do most of the work for them. They are opportunists, always pulling strings from the shadows. Fox players use even the fun tools to draw enemies in for an easy ambush. Everything a fox player does is calculated. Nothing is a fluke for them. They have been and always will be 2 steps ahead of all enemies. Fox players are naturals with the bow. They take their time and aim for easy headshots to eliminate their prey fast and effectively. They rarely miss any shot at all. Now, Fox players tend to be natural jokers of the battlefield, and they love to play with their enemies. Most of everything they do is based off having a little fun in the process. That's how a fox is. A fox player will precisely take targets out one by one, making sure to never be seen in the process, because a caught fox is a dead one. If you're seeing a fox player, it's because they want you to see them. Don't always trust what your eyes can see. Foxes are so good at stealth, they can even use glitches to hide them. Fox players are lords of the shadow. If you catch a glimpse of them, it's already too late. Quick shout out to my brother Kodama, who is the true master of the fox style. Alright guys, if you made it through the whole video, leave a comment down below saying you're either a fox or a wolf. I'm more of a wolf. Obviously, I'm a hybrid because I made the video. I can do both, but I lean more towards the wolf, right? Both are masters of the shadows. Just depends on if you're aggressive or a tricky player. Anyways, that pretty much sums it up. If you guys enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and comment. It helps this channel out a lot. Helps me out a lot. In the future, I thought about maybe doing a video on the bow and just only using that. No melee weapons, maybe some ghost weapons. That could be fun. Also, I thought about doing some montages, just like little like snippets here and there, whatever put together. Just try to do like some very, very advanced combat techniques, just like really weird stuff, like trying to juggle enemies and stuff. You know, something cool. I'm also still streaming on Twitch. I'm about to restart the game again because I don't have anything else to do in this current, game. So I'm gonna play through again on hard, just for the hell of it, and maybe just try like one type of build or whatever. I don't know, something fun, because I wish there was a new game plus, but they didn't come out with one yet. So we'll see. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the future. Later, guys.